y'all? This your boy Joka, back at it with another video. S.W.I.F.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Bella Ash coming live. What's poppin'?
We just here at somewhere in Florida. I'm not gonna give our location yet, but we just here kicking it, talking, smoking, chilling, and we're gonna get right into the shit. We're gonna jump into the topic of what was it? Children, kids.
It was children, and also like how their upbringing. What else? Their upbringing about. Okay, I kind of made a comment on Facebook, and I don't know if it was rubbing people the wrong way, but I definitely got some feedback. I'm not sure if they agree with me or not, but let's get into it. My post stated, why do some people allow their sons to be gay, especially I want to say age range 30 and up? Like, at first I thought it was going to be like, oh, because their father's not in their lives, or you know, some sort like that, because a lot of people that's older than me, their children is like not properly trained, I guess. Like it's a lot of like just single parents and one parent in the home, so they don't get the nutrients of, you know, having both parents to come along. I'm not using that as an excuse, but I kind of thought that that's the way it should go. Somebody else stated, you know, I have a gay nephew and he's not my son, but he's very close to me. I accept him. You never know what happens to a child while they turn gay. Most of them can be touched on by the same sex or at an early age. This is not even funny. Another comment followed, stated, you can't stop ignorant or coon behavior. And followed behind that, I then proceeded to just say, you know, I'll just address this at another time, and then try to die down the conversation, because I just didn't want it to get too heated on Facebook. And so after the last conversation we had, after I politely declined to talk about it, because me, how I feel is more so like, maybe it is the family, maybe they can't get touched on. I'm not knocking that. I just feel like it's more of a choice versus, you know, just somebody doing it to you, and now you're convinced that, easily influenced or convinced that, you know, you're gay because somebody touched you. I'm not sure how that works, so I didn't comment on that. I kind of just tried to kill the conversation. But the last thing she replied to me, she said, Bella Ash, you're very judgmental, and I don't like that. And she stated, they're kids and they're not your kids, so I'm not sure why you're even like posting it and shaking my head. If that makes you feel okay about making an ignorant post, then, you know, good for you. After that, you know, I told her have a blessed day, and that the only thing I stated that was probably a little out there was just to talk about, if they're kids, I think kids should be kids. I don't think they should be influenced even by TV shows, or more so adults or anybody. I think that they should have, if they're gonna be gay and be comfortable in their skin, then okay, I'm okay with that. I do have a problem with children being gay, and I have a problem with parents supporting that and letting them do their own free will when they can't even stay home by themselves, or they can't drive a car, or, you know, different things like that. I think it should be a certain of age that you know, act on your gayness almost, or you should have that conversation. Yeah, it should be of age. Like, once you drive a car, it's of age. You have to get your permit. You have to go through things to even be legal to do driving and certain things like that. So if you're of age to be gay, then I don't have a problem with that. But children being gay, I think that's an issue. And I didn't even lit.
So I have mixed reviews on this, but my stance is, you know, We no deal with no bottom line shit. So it's like, people are people. Your choice is your choice. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like kids should be influenced like they shouldn't either. Like, kids should be kids. You know, let them go out on the playground, go play football, go do sports, go do whatever they want to do. But as far as sexuality and stuff, that shouldn't be an influence, because people be like, how can you know, have a certain opinion about children being gay when it's their choice and that's how they feel. But it's like, they're so young, how do they know, how do they understand sexuality? Like a
9-year-old is what you're referring to.
Yeah, like
a 9-year-old cannot legally stay home. Everybody know that. Even though our parents do it, we're not allowed to stay home, but I'm allowed to be gay at 9 years old.
Yeah, that don't make no sense. So it's like, how can you make certain sound decisions about yourself but can't make sound decisions about yourself? Like, that don't make no sense to me. So it's like,
okay, I'm gonna bring this up. I'm just really just intrigued that Dwayne Wade just allows his 12-year-old just to be a girl. Like, I'm not saying, I don't care how long you felt this. You live under my roof, you're gonna follow my rules, you're gonna wear these boy clothes, and it's gonna go from there. It shouldn't be no discussion after that, because if I was a 12-year-old girl, I couldn't date. I mean, I went to a little 8th grade prom, but I wasn't 12 years old in the 8th grade either. Was I?
Shouldn't be.
Right.
You could have failed the grade. I don't know.
I did it.
Shit. But I feel you, because it's like, by the way, Dwayne Wade is my favorite player.
I mean, I love him
from a basketball
from Miami.
I'm talking about, nah, you're not from Miami.
No, I'm saying he played for Miami.
Yeah, so
we love him.
You from the home, you from the crib.
Yeah, we love him.
And that's my dog. I'm a basketball player.
He got a baddie too, but I still don't.
But yeah, and it's like, if my child was like,
11, 12, you're not even a teen yet.
Just if you're in middle school thinking of shit like this, it's like, fam, no, you shouldn't even be thinking about this, but you're not even fucking. So how can you feel
feelings towards another?
Yeah, like, how can you have these feelings? Is it, if it's based on influence and stuff, then then that's not something I would want my children to be surrounded around.
But back to the post, the girl said that somebody was touched on. And see, I tried to address that first before I read it, just to kind of understand that even though you have been touched on, it's not an excuse. It doesn't build character.
I have female friends who've been
touched by women and female, and that doesn't necessarily mean
still straight, and they still, you feel me, they like dick, you feel me? So it's like, I don't get that psychology. I understand that it's trauma, but I don't get how that trauma could change my, like, you know how many times I've been hurt by women?
Yeah.
You would never, ever give me like, damn, I'm tired of women.
I'm tired of them, because I got my heart broken.
Yeah, like, you would never. What? One girl did me wrong, I'm just find another one that's gonna do me right. I'm not gonna hop to the other team.
Fuck? Switching lanes and shit.
Fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Only because it sounds like a lot of excuses of why the gay community feel like they're gay, and it's just like.
And I'm not saying there's not gay people out there. I'm just saying, how
is it okay for children to be gay?
Yeah, I feel like how you become gay in certain ways is like a problem.
Yeah.
Because we're not programmed to be straight.
Yeah.
That's just how we are.
Well, I would say we kind of are programmed, because in a household, even back in the day, it was a mom and a dad and then a family, white picket fence. Though. It's kind of like there though. You see it on TV.
Well, that's not programmed. How else would that happen?
I mean, just watching it, just seeing it,
But even if you don't have TV, that family structure would still be around.
Okay.
So regardless of the fact, you, a gay person, cannot even have that family. You can't even have children, so you can't even have that family.
Okay.
So whether you see it on TV or not, you look at animals. There's a female and a male, and they got a pack, and they got certain roles and certain things and whatever how they survive. That's how they survive.
Yeah.
But there's always a male figure and a female figure. Now you can argue if there's been times where people be like, "Oh, animals can be gay." Is that right? And I'm like, well, that's just what they do. It's not right or wrong, but they're not out here married to each other, like
getting marriage license and changing laws.
Animals, but here's another thing: people know that duck male male ducks rape female ducks.
Okay.
So since that happens in nature as well, is rape okay? No, rape is not okay.
Right.
But if it happens, you make adjustments to that situation. If I find out one of my friends is female friends especially, but male or female, if I find out something happened to them like that, that's not gonna go, you feel me, unpunished.
Yeah.
So, not saying ducks go unpunished, but in nature, things adapt. Female ducks, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, but if I'm not mistaken, they cannot get pregnant if they don't want to. Like if a male duck is raping them, there's nothing they can do. They just won't get pregnant or some shit like that, or they do something where
they're not allowed to get pregnant.
Yes, it prevents the situation that's already happening from getting even further.
Okay.
So, if that is how nature
proceeds itself
because of that, how that happens, I'm not saying that's how we should be, but if rape is still not okay in animal and human law, then the fucking gay theory shouldn't be okay neither, because
for sure
that doesn't make any sense. So if you're gonna if rape is allowed, if you have to keep the level playing field all the same across all boards. If you're gonna say animals can be gay and you're gonna apply that gayness to humans, there's rape in animal kingdom too. So if you're gonna apply, there's other things besides that, but I'm just using it as an extreme because people want to use other scenarios to justify it.
Yeah, that's so true. And like back to the even being gay for adults and stuff, like
it's your choice.
I'm gonna take my problem.
No, my opinion, once you're an adult, do whatever the fuck you want.
Right, of course.
Don't influence no one else.
But I have to say, like, that's what I was gonna piggyback off of. Nobody have a problem with you being gay, so you change the laws and you know, I'm not saying that you don't get picked on. Everybody gets picked on. Like short people get picked on. Like tall people, like everybody gets a little, you know, chastised and stuff like that. This
road ain't perfect.
It ain't. But this is what we live. But we not making an uproar. Only thing I think we should be making uproar about is like you said, like slavery, Black Lives Matter. Like that's something to stand for. But you being gay,
not even.
No one cares.
Matter. Black lives matter, especially because of what's going on. But all lives matter.
Right.
Gay people should not be killed or beat up because of what they do on their own free time.
Yeah, no one should literally care about that. It's bigger problems and issues in the world, way versus about who you sleep with. And, like that should be the last thing at night. Like that should be carried on.
Oh, and I gotta tie in to that topic too. So the tie-in, right, to the gay thing is that gay people shouldn't use that excuse as, oh, we're being killed because we're gay, and using that more as using that to up one on the Black Lives Matter. And the reason why I say that is because if you're being killed because of your sexuality, if that community is being killed for their sexuality and shit, that's not okay. But at the same time, no one's gonna know if you're gay or not unless
you choose to
express that.
Yeah.
You feel me? People being killed by the color of their skin is not something you can control or express. So when gay people be like, oh, we're treated just like black people because we get killed, it's like, damn, you can't say that. It's wrong for that to happen to you, to y'all as a group, but y'all can't compare y'all killings to our killings because
I can't change this. You can switch that on and off.
If a black gay person was to get killed, the first thing they would say is he got killed because he was gay, which I think is false. He got killed because he was black. If a bunch of KKK people was coming to kill some black folks, and it's 100 black folks, they gonna kill 100 of them black folks whether they gay or not. Right?
All the red people gonna survive because they gonna think they white, but because you're black, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Then you're gonna die. You see? You see how that turns into, okay. I like how you worded that because that just That's true, and that goes back to saying it's just excuses of and I hate that they use their behavior to even act out. Like, I'm sorry, if you are like a gay person, you're not allowed to call me a bitch because you are a man. Like, you can't. I don't feel comfortable with a man calling me that.
Whatever, and that pronoun shit, that I don't give a fuck. I will respect you on whatever you want me to call you. He, she, them, they, whatever. But instinctively, I'm gonna call you as I see you.
Right? They don't like that. Like,
if you look like a nigga and you sound like a nigga and you were born a nigga, but you got your sex change and you got some breast and shit or whatever, but you still got your thing spent, you're a nigga, bruh. I'm sorry.
I don't care how many wigs you put on, sis.
I don't, because you're not gonna sit there and disrespect me like a woman and then expect me not to put my hands on you because you think you a woman. No, you a nigga. And I will put my hands on you.
Yeah, I don't think.
With that being said, when the roles are reversed,
yeah,
them niggas got hands.
Yeah, and
I will say that.
And they shouldn't be fighting women. Like, you shouldn't because it's. Now that goes back to male and female. Like, it's simply just simple as that. Like, it's male and female. Like, it's just that simple.
You want to be treated equal or you want to be treated as your own. You got to pick. You can't pick and choose when you want
like
equality.
Time and place. It don't work like that, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not even gonna give them a set of rules. It's just my experiences. I haven't agreed with a lot of them, and just what I see out and stuff. I just don't. But we gonna wrap that up with that. You want me to move on to my next topic, or would you want to hop in?
You can go to your next one. I'm right.
Okay, so my topic is, let's talk about prison, and that goes for everybody, just people that's just in jail and stuff. I don't think they're properly taken care of, bathroom wise, hygiene, especially food, like just the nutrients of just food just to survive like that. I know a lot of people die due to, lack of, I would say lack of interest, or just helping us. They just don't help at all. I do have a small video.
What food at prison looks like from around the world. Would you eat these? In a prison in Japan, inmates can eat grilled fish, miso soup, 2 salads, and rice. In Lebanon, for lunch, they would always have grilled pita and hummus. Okay, but in southern China, they would get grilled turnips only if they worked. So if it didn't work, they would pretty much starve. In a prison in Mexico City, families bring food to their loved ones every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. But all the other days, they eat nasty grub, so. In a prison in Norway, they have a fake grocery store setup where prisoners can buy up to $85 worth of food every day. In Germany, you can have steak, bread, and potato dumplings. And finally, in the US, you'll find something like this, which is sponge cake, Twinkies, and vegetables. And that's on good food, period.
But the video basically stated just foods around the world, and like how different prisons have different foods. Some is better than others, but it's literally just America and like the overseas stuff like that. And America is not, we are just not doing well when it comes to like in prison. It's lit. In prison, like our people, we don't even get enough resources at all, and I feel like that's a huge problem. Like, I really want that to be known and changed. Like, if somebody can convince me that they're gonna take care of that, I will even vote for them. I don't care who it is. Like, to be real, like I haven't heard the criminal justice system, and you could go to jail for like weed for just like a little bit for 15 years, and then it's like your whole life is gone. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
It's really fucked up.
How niggas are making money off weed now and shit.
Right. I mean, people make money. They sell all type of stuff. Like,
I'm talking about like weed is legal, and then they made it a legit business now instead of it being illegal type shit.
Explain further.
As in, there's dispensaries.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. Before there was dispensaries, like niggas was still smoking and selling weed. But it was more illegal. You have to go around the law. Now the law is kind of involved. That's all I'm really saying.
I think we should do way better with that. And we could do better on our part and not go to jail. Okay, like, granted, but it's just these police officers, if they have a bad day with Johnny, Susie, and Kathy, now we have to pay the consequences for that. And I'm gonna always state this saying: you do not hear a firefighter now going into a burning building due to skin color or because they feel bad that day or had a bad day or their marriage is going bad. Like, it's, come on now, like,
everyone in the building, get
right? Because every job interview you've been to or every evaluation you ever sat in, it's always leave your problems at the door. And I don't feel like the police department is even great in that area. Like, their training sucks when it comes to that. Like, are they being psychologically like evaluated and stuff? Like, I just really want to know, like, what all do their training consist of? You know, they want everybody to have a PhD. Doctors got to learn, stay in school, go through depth. That's hard. Money changes your thing, like, views on a lot of things. I'm not saying that doctors don't save people, because they be having days, but they love what they do if they stick to school that long and to be in debt. That's what I'm saying. You could be a police officer like this. They just train the weirdest of the weirdest that was sitting behind you in school.
You know what they do? And there's bad apples. There's a lot of bad apples in the police force and shit. But not everyone is, you know, on that same side.
You remember when, like, back in the day, this goes back to what you were saying earlier, when the police used to get, like, in trouble, or there was a bad cop because they used to, like, sell drugs on the side, or they used to, like, honestly, now, if you sell a little weed as a police officer, I don't even think that even, like, I don't know. But remember, they made movies about that. Like, man, that was,
you might do better fucking with a community selling weed, because, not saying you should, I'm not advocating this, I'm not saying police should, but if police officers were selling the weed, you would know who's all buying, so you wouldn't be sketchy on you would know what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I'm not gonna arrest this nigga for smoking because I just sold this shit to him. He gonna go home and smoke.
Yeah, of course he's
not gonna go home and rob a store or some shit. He not gonna rob somebody to get some weed or feel me? Do some. There's different thinkings, and I'm not saying that direct approach would be, you know, would go that way. But I'm just saying there's different ways. Put people who live in the community, make them police officers.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if you're in a community and you're an officer and you know everyone, no one's gonna really look at you like a fed. They just gonna be like, all right, this nigga is protecting the block. He protecting the hood. You feel me? He doing his thing. You see trouble, you talk to your people, get that shit handled. Because I feel like this is a off topic. Side note. Snitching is acceptable to a certain degree.
Okay.
For example, if I see something out on the street that's illegal, I'm not about to go snitch to no cops. That's not my business. As long as they ain't got shit to do with me or involved, they will get me involved in shit, I'm Gucci. Right? Now, if I see my brother doing some stupid shit and I told him not to do it, and not at my age, let's say we're younger, right?
Yeah.
And I told him not to do it, and he still did it, I might snitch on him to my mama. I might. Not saying I would, but it's like, fam, don't do this, because if she yells at me for not
stepping
checking
up
your ass, nah, fuck that. You getting in trouble for that shit.
Yeah.
So that's just,
I mean, pick and choose your battles. I mean, I'm not saying I'll snitch on somebody either, but
what I was gonna get to was, if there's police in the community, and this is your community, and this is your family type shit, like your actual, like, you know people in this community, and this is where you live, and this is your area,
your hood,
you should protect your hood. I'm not saying go out and snitch, but you should, you know, talk within the community. And that's not snitching, that's you just communicating with your community and what's going on. That's like saying you going to your neighbor, yo, I seen somebody rob your house. Like, you would tell your neighbor because you wouldn't want to get robbed, and your neighbor not say shit to you. Right. I wouldn't tell the police per se, but let's say there was a night watch in a community or some shit like that. Yeah. And I know them.
You like, gonna share your words?
Yeah, I'm gonna share my, like, yo, like, keep this on the low.
I did see something, like,
I see something, but I'm just letting you know because it's the hood. This is where I stay at. I need my shit.
Protect yours at any means, and that's number one. Like, a lot of, since we talk about it, I don't know how niggas think as far as like how to protect their family. I'm not even gonna use their strategy because, you know, women got their own agenda versus how men handle situations, and it's just like guys kind of lean on their friends way too much when it comes to like oh, I gotta, like, if it's your family versus your homeboy, you gotta go with your family. Like, you can't sit and babysit your homeboy because like that's law, that's how the gang work. But no, like,
that's true. Situation does determine that, but I will for the most part choose my family over my friends.
Yeah, I would too, honestly. Me too.
There's some friends I would
fight
choose
for
over my family, and I'll fight and shit like that, but for the most, like,
majority rules.
Yeah,
majority rules. And that's what I'm saying. But that's what I say, I don't know how people in the streets be trying to handle situations and stuff, but if you gotta go to jail behind your friend, I'm not saying snitch, because you know how many people sitting in jail that they just didn't snitch. They gonna take them years. I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing.
It depends.
It, like, me sitting in jail for 5 years, 10, 15 years
and some shit that I had nothing to do with, I'm gonna just be like, yo, I'm gonna just tell my side. I wouldn't say I'll snitch. But if I did something, if me and you did something and we both go down, I ain't saying shit.
Yeah.
If you snitched on me, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna just take it as it is.
Yeah.
And handle that
accordingly.
You feel me? But I'm not gonna get mad at you for. Yeah, I'm not gonna
voluntarily snitch.
I'm not gonna voluntarily snitch. Hell no.
Yeah.
But even if you do something, I'm not gonna snitch on you because if I wouldn't have done what I did, this whole situation wouldn't even. You feel me? So it's like, if we didn't do what we did, if we didn't go rob this bank and get caught, and you snitched on me and got me more time and you got out, I can get mad at you, but I can't blame you because that's the situation you were in after we did something already.
Right.
You feel me? If we would have robbed the bank and fucking got away with it, none of that shit, that wouldn't even be a thought. If police came in and be like, yo, we caught you, I most likely you wouldn't snitch because you got your money.
Right.
You good. Now like I said, if roles was flipped, you feel me? But there's levels to it, and I'm not a street nigga for sure, but I'm far from a civilian.
Right.
And the reason why I say I'm far from a civilian is because, how would I put this? How can I put this delicately?
Just lay it on them.
I follow the laws, but I know that the laws don't apply to me, especially because I'm black. So, you feel me? With that being said, I just move accordingly. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. That makes way more sense than just pretending to be, you know, like you could pretend to, nah.
Like, I haven't called, if it's shit, I'm really trying to think just in case other than it being an accident, but I haven't called the police for any situation. I've called my homies. And like I said, I'm not a street nigga. I've always called my homies to handle some shit. So it's like, far from a street nigga, but I'm damn sure not a civilian. Like, you feel me? So,
I honestly never call the police either. I be wanting to know why they be there at certain situations. I done encountered police officers or police been called, but
of course,
who the fuck be calling these people?
But I've never called.
Who be calling the police? Let me know.
Like, I've been in situations where the police have been called and it wasn't even from the household. Type shit.
That's what I'm saying. No DS neighbors and shit.
So, yeah. But other than that, I just want to
share our thoughts and how we feel about topics and stuff.
Yeah, just want to catch up with me. Just chilling. Just really trying to. Oh, I got something.
For moi?
Yes. Yeah. So I've been trying to do my website stuff and make products and stuff, and got you.
Oh,
I didn't even get this. I made this.
A shirt.
Yeah, it might be a little big, but I just had to.
I mean, I see your logo here.
Yeah, so
right here.
So that's your shirt.
Pow.
And, yeah, I'm
Thank
just trying
you.
to.
That's factual.
Gotta do photo shoots and shit, but really, I'm just what I've been doing, just setting up my website, making shirts, saving up because this shit ain't easy.
Yeah.
Because I got other shit to take care of, other bills and shit. But where was I at? Making shirts. I gotta start doing resin stuff.
What do you mean resin?
Like making ashtrays and bowls and stuff like that.
Okay.
And
yeah, that'll be. I like that. That's
Shauna, come to you for that.
That's
'cause I gotta
fun.
get on that. But
that's. I won't say outside the box because everybody do clothes, but that's just something fun and everybody can use that as well. You know.
I got other products and ideas, but that's just I've been working
With that one, yeah.
I've been just that and saving up because can't keep just spending and shit. But other than that, work, trying to find another job, work straight. It's just I need more income and shit.
Yeah, right. It's just like living in Miami. It's like I even have this lifestyle for myself, and I'm just like,
you feel me? And I actually want to travel more, so I know for sure like gotta save up. Cause I know this next wave of COVID is about to hit. So
is it?
yeah, they said it hit already, but I'm gonna just use that to save more. So by the time this shit dies back down, I can go back out.
That don't make no sense.
But yeah, other than that, work's been. Oh, I did have something about work I did want to talk about. All right, so okay, a while ago, right? I had this coworker, white boy. He pretty much did something that wasn't righteous in my heart for me to let go. So I let my people know about it, right? And I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I snitched, but I did it for a righteous reason. Now, pretty much this white boy was arguing with a manager. Mind you, I don't like her neither, but she's black. And I protect, I'm all about protecting women and especially black women. Feel me? As a black man. They was arguing throughout the day at work and pretty much they was beefing. Like she was wilding, he was wilding. But anyways, so another coworker was joking because he always joked. He joked like this. He's like, "Yo, me and you gonna fight," but he don't mean any animosity towards it. Like he really be joking. So when he was talking to the white boy, I'm not even gonna say his name, but when he was talking to the white boy, he was like, he's like, "Oh, we should jump Kiki, huh?" And then the white boy was like, "Nah, I'm gonna do much worse than that." And he was like, "What?" And the white boy was like, "Oh, I'm a raper." So that's what the white boy said, right? So when Buddy came back and was like, "Yo, you won't believe what white boy just said," So he repeated the joke, and I'm like, because at first I was laughing, and then when he said the whole "I'm a raper," I'm like, bruh, don't tell her don't tell her because she's in this position. Tell her because she's a black woman. Like, that's not okay. And he's a white boy. Like, do you not know our history? Like, do you not read? Like, do you like? And plus, you don't joke about rape. That's not something you joke about. You feel me? So I'm telling him like, yo, look, you gotta tell her like on some G shit. Like, you gotta tell her. He's like, nah, I'm gonna let it slide because she gonna go ham. And I'm like, if she snaps, then she has every right to, bro. That's not something you joke about.
Play around with.
Like, even though you know that he is pussy,
but you don't know what he.
You don't know what he capable of. You don't know if his peoples know someone that is like, you feel me? And you know there's people.
Right, because you don't know what
you know. There's people been kidnapped and shit like that. That shit is real.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
So human trafficking, that shit is real. So I'm just kind of like, we not arguing, but I'm like, yo, you gotta tell her. And he's just pretty much saying no. And I'm like, you don't, I'm gonna tell her. And he's trying to convince me not to. And I'm like, fam, I don't think you're understanding. I don't think you're understanding. It's not the consequences of what could happen. It's the principle of what was said.
Yeah.
Fam, rape is not a joke. That's one. Two, if we're just talking about history and not even much character, white people have been fucking black people over for the longest. They've been raping black women. They've been fucking torturing black men. They've been doing all of this shit to us. So when you hear that shit,
stripping our kids from us,
bro, when you hear shit like that, that's like
ripping the families apart.
That's almost like his ancestors coming out of him and saying some shit like that.
Right? Like, it could have been anybody else, but I mean, like
not even anyone else. He could have said almost anything else.
Yeah.
Almost.
Cause y'all was talking about fighting. It was like, oh, let's jump it. Like,
man, I would have been like, yo, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Like, you shouldn't put your hands on a woman, but
right. No, but it's more like, oh, I just want to punch you in your face.
Yeah, type shit. It's like, all right, cool.
I mean, but then again, I'm not saying that goes back to how people be raised. I mean,
yeah, bro. So I'm like that. And that type of thinking, for you to even think that, that's why I'm like, bro, it's way deeper than what he just said. Like, than what you think the consequence of what he said can do. It's like, fam, I know this whole situation would just be an argument. Me personally, I know that whole situation would be an argument, which I'm gonna get to because that's how it turned out. But pretty much, that's what me and Buddy was arguing about. And I went to go tell Shawty, but the way I did it, I was like, yo, watch your back, because that white boy is weird. And she was just pretty much like, what you mean? Just pretty much like getting it out of me. And eventually I was like, and I just pretty much told her what was said. And pretty much that Buddy came back to me like, why'd you tell Kiki? I was like, fam, and mind you, no one knows what's going on. It's just me, him, and like 2 other dudes. Okay. Because we all in the back just working, right? So after I tell her, I really didn't think that she was gonna tell everyone else. Like all the she's at a certain position. She told everyone under her type shit. Like, you too old for that shit.
But you know.
And I get it, but you too old for that shit.
Nah, because Oreo would have never did that.
Come on, bro. Oreo grown. Oreo's a woman, bro. She not about to play these childish games with.
She was young. Yeah.
So when she did that, I'm like, all right, that's a red flag. That's the first red flag I seen. I'm like, all right, so this shit about to get outside of work. So after he come in, like, why'd you tell? I'm like, fam, I wasn't. First of all, you're not even in trouble. If that's what you're worried about, she's not even mad at you because you knew and you didn't say nothing. She's just mad at it being said, just like how I was mad at it being said. You trying to cover for him after I told you, and you still covering for him, and I didn't even say that. I wasn't even saying he was covering. She told me because she was like, why you didn't say anything? It's like you're covering for him. I'm like, I ain't got to say it. But when she peeped it, she just got mad. And pretty much she called her boyfriend. And she talking about, oh, boyfriend got the chopper. I'm like, all right, whatever. If you going to shoot this shit up, just let me know. Yeah. Because I'm with the smoke. And I'm saying, let me know and don't shoot my way. Right. That's all I gotta say.
Give me a heads up, like I gave you a heads up.
That's it. I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't give a fuck if this. You feel me? This shit go left. Just don't shoot my way and don't motherfucking. Just let me know. So, boyfriend came up, checked white boy. White boy kind of denied it, and then got cornered about it, and then that became always.
But he felt like, oh, it was just a joke. You was just that's the thing. Like you don't, and like,
you wasn't even joking. That's not something you joke about. And on top of that, you wasn't even joking. Damn. So you ain't got no excuse. Yeah. In other words, you lying. So after that whole scene, that shit turned into she kind of like, I wouldn't say she's buddy, but she was kind of like, you know, thank you, da, da, da. And I was like, you're welcome, but I wasn't doing this to get on your good side. Like, don't get that shit twisted. Do not get that shit twisted. I don't kiss ass for no one. I only did it because it wasn't right in my heart for someone to say that, and for me to be a black man to not protect a black woman, it just wouldn't sit right with me.
Right.
And for other people that were also black men to be like, I lied. There's only one other guy that was there, and he's like, he didn't do it, but he's like, yo, I would have told too. And before I even did it, he was like, you should. Like, not convincing me, but he was like, because before I even did it, I was contemplating if I should.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't want to, I'm not trying to be messy.
Yeah, stir up
but this
nothing.
shit ain't something to joke about. But it's at work. White boy is pussy, but you don't know what he capable of. Like, he don't like shawty right now, so you know how when people got their back corner to the wall, it's fight or flight. And pretty much that saying is stupid to me, because when you say fight or flight, either way you gotta
do something.
Yeah, either way you gotta do something. You're still not gonna stand still. So it's like, so between that whole me contemplating with myself and shit, and I was like, yo, like, damn. Like, it came to a point I was like, damn, I don't even know what I should do. Because I was talking to myself and I said something, and then he was like, I am gonna hold you, bro. That don't sit right with me. I'm not gonna say nothing, but I would tell on some G shit.
Because it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
It needed to be
And he said, in his defense, he was like, if shit was to go left, like he was to do something after work, because he waits, like if we close, he waits.
Wait.
As far as like,
wait for everybody to leave.
Yeah.
Okay, he has a history of doing that.
Yeah, he don't. If there's only one person left in the building, even though there's one person left in the building, he's outside waiting, making sure. He's playing security, and that's not his job. He don't get paid to stay. You feel me? That's how he moves.
Okay.
I applaud niggas like that. Like when dude drops a girl off home and he just pulls off.
No, yeah, you supposed to wait till I get in the house.
You supposed to wait until she get inside, nigga. The fuck.
Yeah,
so,
please.
Like little shit like that is how you move and how you like. You don't gotta be 24/7 to protect them, like type shit. But it's how you move. So that's how I knew he wasn't just trying to egg me on. Because even afterwards, it's not. You know when people egg you on, like, damn, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm like,
good luck.
Like glad you did it. Like you did the right thing, type shit.
Damn. See, you real recognize real.
Yeah, and I wasn't mad at, like, some people when she was telling, she wasn't saying who was snitching and shit. But I'm snitching on myself. I did. I don't give a fuck. I'm move righteous. You feel me?
And that's how it's supposed to be. Honestly, I would want protection at all costs. Like, you know, I am a black woman. I am a mother. I am a woman. You know, like, that's what I'm saying. I would need that. Like, and if I wouldn't say I'm more scared. Yeah, I'm more afraid of or frightened by a white man versus a black man. I'm not saying that. I know how to handle myself a little bit better when it comes to like a black man versus a white man. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and argue with no white man, but I know a black person I could probably exchange a few words, and you know it can be escalated down. It won't go too far. White people just fucking crazy. Like, it's
their history, and I'm not saying all white people.
Yeah, cause we should know that by now. I'm tired of even clarifying.
Yeah,
that.
I hate that shit. And white people that I'm around, they don't even need to clarify that shit.
Yeah, I
they
know.
Like,
but your background, just how you say our background, no, your background is a little funny, and I'm calling that shit out like I see it. Like, and I'm just telling you all my experiences with like guys and stuff.
Pretty girl, she's skating. You wanna skate?
Oh yeah. Damn. That don't make no sense. How like people operate and stuff like that.
Yeah, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of niggas that act tough and shit, niggas really is pussy. And it's not like I'm saying like, oh, I can beat every nigga up. Nigga, if you look at me.
No, but I can say that. I think niggas is pussy. Like, I can spot a pussy nigga when I see one. Like, you know. For the most part, I don't. That shit, it stands out. Like, it's how you move. If you move in a certain way, anybody should call that shit out. And I'm real enough to probably even to say some shit or do some shit. Like if I was working there, I would probably say some shit like on my own time, on my lonely, if I would have heard some shit like that. Whether you like me or don't like me, because I don't.
have another coworker that's beefing with me. But you know, I don't beef with niggas. Niggas don't know what beef is.
Right.
But he beefing with me because he's saying I'm too mean and shit. And we got into the last argument when I got sent home that day. I said you too grown to be acting like a bitch, nigga. And he older than me. And then my manager was like, oh, you can't be talking to people like that. I'm like, I feel you and I understand it's disrespectful, but I said it because I want to be disrespectful. And also, he's way too grown to be acting like this. Like, I don't like arguing with people, but the fact that I'm doing this, oh, you about to hear me. So, and he got quiet. And I was like, fam, like, I'm not trying to, because we could fight. Whether you want to lose, bro.
Yeah, I had.
You just too grown to be acting like a bitch. Nigga,
and I had my encounter just this past weekend with an adult, and I was just like, ooh, girl. And
you too grown to be acting like that, bro.
Yeah, I got a little story to tell you too, because I was, and I don't even get mad, but that night I was kind of mad working, and it didn't flow right how I needed it to flow that night.
You know what I realized as I got older? Fighting don't solve nothing but getting aggression out.
True.
And that's why I always be on that big on winning and losing shit, because that shit don't really matter.
It don't, but at the end of the day, like, if it's brought there,
first of all, I'm not ducking from no
right,
smoke.
I'm not
ducking from no smoke.
But I'm not looking for it. You feel me?
Not.
Right, and that's how it's supposed to go. Like if smoke come my way, I'm going stand 10 toes down like I'm supposed to. Right. So we just we gonna keep it moving. We gonna prevent it, and that's the thing. I always say this. I always prevent all my fights. If that shit escalates to the next level, that don't have nothing to do with me, because I know me, I know my character. I wouldn't feel good about like fighting and stuff. You know, it ain't a good rep, it ain't a good look, but I will stand up for.
Because once I get there, bro, I'm there.
Yeah, I'm there, and it's just like, damn, like, fuck, now I gotta show my character. Like, I shouldn't even have to raise my voice too long, you know? I shouldn't even have to go through all that, but my mama always say, cuss somebody out one time. That's all you need. They'll learn.
Yep.
Speak up one good time, speak up. And I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be afraid to say something, because people ain't scared to say nothing to you. So okay, I had this, I don't know if the camera's still on, but I'll tell you this. Alright. So I'm at work at the club, and I'm not gonna lie, I was late or whatever, but this club is never like packed. This was the only packed night it ever been, and that had to be the night. And I was like, wow, the one time I'm late. But whatever, it wasn't too late. It was like 30 minutes late, because the drive is 30 minutes. So once I was at the back and I set up, somebody, like a few people kind of followed me towards the back, and I didn't mind. Okay, whatever, let me make your hookahs, because that's what I do. I'm a hookah girl. So for my sister, meantime. So we like, okay, we got our orders, boom, boom, boom. I'm handing out orders. Mind you, I always do 3 hookahs at a time. If you do anything three times ahead, it's gonna be hard. So I can't carry 3 hookahs. I can only carry 2 hookahs. So I did it in order of how I received the hookahs. The first customer got theirs or whatever, and then that's the thing, like, the walk is kind of far. So the girl was like, well, where my hookah? It was a stripper. Where my hookah? I said, I'm coming. I mouthed it to her like, Mama, I'm coming, whatever. I was like being nice, because I'm not that type. She already was kind of fussy about the blueberry flavor that we didn't have, so whatever. I'm like, damn, you being antsy about me bringing out the hookahs. You know I can't carry 3 hookahs, and they all come out at the same time, because it's 2 of us at work. It's me and somebody else that be there. But whatever. So I'm like, okay, I brought her hookah. Now after I brought her hookah, I went to go do my other few customers. I got stopped by the bartender that was right next to her. Didn't really pay that no mind, but the girl was just stating like, oh, can I buy a hookah? Ask that gentleman down there, he's gonna pay for it. So as she's describing him, there's a cup sitting right in front of me. I'm not even trying to talk over the drink, because I'm very respectful. So I already leaned over towards, if the cup's sitting right here in front of me, I'm gonna lean over so I won't talk over anybody's drink. That's just how anybody would, This stripper decides to say to me in mid-conversation, she see me laughing and playing with the girl. She want to be so nasty and just chastise me and just say, oh, if you knock her drink over, then you're gonna have to buy her another one. I guess it was her homegirl drink. Don't give a fuck who drink it is at this point. I said, first of all, I really didn't even see your drink, and I said, I'm not paying for nothing. Like, I'm not paying for shit. And so she took the drink or whatever, and I'm just like, anyways, girl, so you say he had on a big chain, girl, and he got a low boy, he got weight. Like, I'm going back to my conversation. Like, don't try to antagonize me. Like, this your third time doing it, and that was your third thing to do. You just wanted me to say something to see if I was gonna respond or not, and how I was gonna respond. Like, regardless of you wanting me to get loud with you or whatever, it's like you tried to embarrass me so bad just to say something to me about a drink. If I'm gonna spill something, then you know it's gonna be a problem. I'm like, these strippers is just out of control, and she was the OG. That's what she known for, like just being aggressive, and everybody supposed to be scared of her. But I don't give a fuck who you was. I'm new to this club, and all that gonna go out the door. I'm not even from this area. Like, it was a Broward club, and I don't even be in Fort Lauderdale like that. So that don't mean nothing to me, because I'm gonna show you what my hood made of, if that's the case, if we gonna go like that. But I'm just like, if I have to rumble with this girl, it's gonna be a problem. But if she would never say nothing, I wouldn't. Like, why you even gotta say something to me about this damn drink? You see me leaning over, I'm not even leaning towards that side, towards the drink.
She just want to hear your mouth. She want to see what was popping. That's all.
Right, and I'm just like, oh baby, not the one.
What did you do?
That took a lot to like.
Oh baby, what are you doing?
Right, it was so random and weird. But I ain't check on her the whole night. I let the other girl deal with her, and I just kept it moving because I was like, I can't with her tonight. Everything is gonna be an issue. And the thing is, that's not even the only issue. It's like the bartenders don't like me. It just don't, and it's just a bad work environment.
With kindness.
I do.
That's what I'm learning.
I do, and you have to be so nice and have a smile on your face, like just that public vibe. Mm-hmm. You have to literally have that smile every day and just literally fake it till you make it. Like, I'm not gonna show you I'm having a bad day. I'm not gonna show you my nigga broke my heart last night. Like, I'm not gonna show that.
Mm-hmm. You gotta smile and be like, nigga, I would kill you.
Right?
Hey, but what's good, bro?
I was just shocked that I had to get out of my character. I was just real like what? Somebody trying to say something to me? Like, hold on, like, whoa, hold on. Let me get you together real quick.
Wait a minute.
Because this is not that type of party. We're not gonna do this. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to say, like, ain't you too old to be arguing with, like...
Bro, I be trying to tell
what? You. I don't like your attitude.
I'm 25. I know I don't look it, but y'all, these adults out here, I be like, y'all too old to be acting like this, bro. Like, y'all really too old. Yep. Like, what y'all doing this shit for? Like, this shit don't make no sense. Y'all arguing for what?
And I never really got along with older people, just working at an office job. Like, and I was pregnant at the time, literally minding my own business. It just didn't work. People is just like, they see the success and they see how good people try and just mind their business, and they feel like they gotta like say something or just be nasty to them. Like, no, it's hard enough. You think this shit, I make it look easy, but it's not. Like, whether you jealous, whether you jealous,
that's why.
I think it's jealousy that they didn't make it where they want to be. Like, if I'm working, I shouldn't be this amount of old in a fucking strip club. I'ma just be real.
It's a lot of things. Like, I had to realize, like, when I put my ego and shit aside, and my pride and shit, and my little insecurities I have, I be having to realize, like, I'm that nigga. Like, it's little things that just make you realize, like, not just people telling you this or just supporting shit. It's like, yo, once you realize and analyze shit, like, at work, I just use work, for example, because it's the easiest place where I notice it more than when I go out in public.
Okay, what do you notice at work?
It's like, you know, I love women. You know, I'm a little flirt. I'm considered guileless a little bit, but I'm cool with I'm just cool with everybody, right?
Yeah.
So when I come in, all the girls be like, hey, Ian, or I get some type of greeting. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Whether it's energetic or it's just like, what's up? I just get some type of greeting.
Me too.
And people be like, damn, Ian, everybody say hi to you and shit. I'm just like,
me too. I actually got in trouble at Publix because they thought like I was hanging out with the friends, like, oh, you be too friendly. I'm like, wow, because I'm nice to my coworkers.
I'm like, and what, nigga?
Like,
so?
And then when I tried not, when I switched over to different publics, I wasn't as much, and they was like, oh, you're not very nice. I said, okay, it's y'all, because I literally tried. It's y'all.
You just got to be you at all times.
All times.
That's why I'm like, I don't give a fuck attitude. Like,
but no, I wanted to make, I was just like, okay, I wanted to be good, and it was like, okay, I know my managers told me this in my evaluation, so I'm gonna work harder to not disappoint. So I went in there with that mindset to go in there and do a job and just get straight to my job and go home. Even though it's very hard for me to even chill with people, I strictly just did that, and I still got in trouble for the same thing that I was.
It took me a whole year to start hanging out with them.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
Like a whole 365 days. Because I didn't start hanging out with them until
I felt comfortable enough.
The day I started hanging out with everybody was like December, January, because one of them invited me to their house, well, parents' house.
Yeah.
Like shit. And all the other coworkers were there, and they were like, oh, you're cool, this and that. You got to come to our party next week. There was another coworker, because her birthday was like a week or two away, and she was actually we had close birthdays. So it's like, oh, my birthday's January 9th. She's like, oh, my birthday's January da. And then we went to the beach. All the coworkers were there and some other people, and they're like, yo, you're mad cool. And ever since then,
it was on and popping for
Jen, fucking Sarah, Alyssa, fucking
red hair. Definitely built character though. I
miss y'all, by the way.
Yes.
But that was like, took me a whole year.
Yeah, I didn't start doing that either, and I'm like, and then I used to just smoke by myself. I'm like, I don't even know these fucking smokers. They might snitch, but then they used to drink in a parking lot. It was very cool.
Like, once I peeped that, I used to peep that and then just go home.
Yeah, me too.
And they was like, yo, come drink with us.
I'm like, nah, I don't drink.
Yeah, I was like, nah,
I don't do none of that. What we talking about? Nah, I'm straight.
Like, just come vibe with us. And they was like, that's when I learned about the whole lime and the Corona. Like, they put me onto beer and shit. That's what I appreciate about, like,
that time frame.
Yeah. Like, not to be funny, but white people in their culture, like, the way they get down is like,
I'm gonna be real, I was invited out with those same people too. I went out with Sarah and Shannon, and it was very, very cool. It was very like nice. We went to a bar and they ordered my drinks, because like I said, I wasn't a big drinker. I'm still not, but it was just nice to have a nice cup of beer, like, after a long day of work. The rule was, oh, don't wear your name tag at the bar. Like, it was a whole rule, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot. Like,
some people, I'll be like, all right, the rule is we don't talk about work. We just left work, we don't talk about work.
Right?
And it's hard at first, but then it gets super easy.
Yeah, because these managers, oh my God, you fucking assholes.
It's like, bruh,
customers,
you wouldn't believe what happened today. And it's like, no. Then we just start bullshitting.
Yeah.
But, man, those are good times.
And then my another situation at work, working now, that same night, it was a bartender. That's why I said she don't really care for me or whatever, which I don't care. Like, she keep talking about the hookah, like, oh, you need to change your cold or whatever. And she got everybody walking up to me talking about the hookah and the codes and stuff. And I was like, wow, like, you really stirred the pot, and I watched you do it, and you really want a reaction out of me. The only thing, she got real drunk.
Because the pot gonna taste nasty.
That don't, and I was just waiting, like, I'm still just waiting. But she was mad because the guy that I guess she really like in the club knows me, but I known him since 18 years old, honey.
So it's like
that's literally a friend or whatever. And like, I know all his homeboys, like, when they come, they see me or whatever, and she like, damn, how you know these niggas? And because those are the popular niggas in the club. So little mama sat on his lap, put her arm around.
Get all flirty.
What? But you pissy drunk. So I'm really just trying to understand. This don't make no sense. And it was so crazy because I only was there long enough to witness that. It's because I was waiting. Somebody paid me $20 extra to smoke the rest of the hookah for like 15 minutes at the end of the night. I'm not gonna turn that down. I gotta clean up anyways. So by the time I was done, I was waiting my extra, I wouldn't say 10 minutes, because shit, it only take me 5 minutes to clean up. But I was, texting, minding my business. So she had the opportunity to sit up there and like flaunt her boo, but she only said something because he kept stopping me. Like, and how he kept stopping me, he'll reach his arm out, he'll rub me, he'll tap me. You know, she watching all this, but damn, you so just mad. Like, this don't make no sense. Like, why are you even going through all this? Like,
haters gonna hate.
I'm just waiting. What's next weekend? Like,
You gotta
let's
love your
just
haters
see.
though. You gotta love them
Why though?
because they make you better. Let me tell you why. If
It builds character.
that too, but if you stoop to their level, you gonna be just right with misery loves company. So you're gonna be just right there with them, type shit. So
But ignoring is really starting to like.
bruh, I made a tweet today. I said
Damn, shit, I do that.
someone said something about blocking, and I just kept scrolling, and then someone said, oh, something about mute. I'm just thinking, I'm like, damn, bro. Excuse me. I'm like, that's a lot of extra effort I gotta put into not seeing some shit.
For real.
And I'm just like, my ignore game is so strong. Like, you can go through my block list, that shit gonna be empty. If you go through my mute list, that shit gonna be empty. Like, it's just not just social media, but just
In general.
in general. You have to either face it or do that shit.
Are you mean when, like, okay, I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna give you an example. When how I deal with people, I do my walk and I do my hair. Like I'm a walk right past you and then like flip a hair or whatever, just to not even signify just my confidence. I have to be on my A game because I have to strongly ignore you.
I don't even do that.
Like no, but I walk with confidence is what I'm saying. But
I can.
But that's how I ignore. I just literally
I can
walk and just ignore. But I hear
is making people not making people feel the way I ignore is not making people feel like they're available to me. So if I ignore on social media, it's just
like this.
It's just me fucking keep scrolling past shit I don't want to see.
Okay.
Right?
Like don't even be around it.
If it's me at work,
Yeah, it's work.
I gotta do work, so I'm not saying I can't talk to you, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to talk to you.
Yes.
Damn sure not gonna ask you for shit if I don't need to. So like,
I'll find somebody else.
I wouldn't even do that, cause then that's just
You would just be erased from my memory
that
book.
too. But they gonna peep that, and it's not that
They gonna try harder once they peep it.
Yeah,
So
it's like,
once you there, then what?
they gonna make, even though they're gonna put in more effort, you have to put in more effort to not talk to them. So it's pointless. Where it's like, if I ask a coworker, oh, can you go get this thing for me because I'm doing something? It's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't gotta. It's not a pride thing or ego. That's if pride and that's why people do it. Nah, I eliminate that shit immediately.
Yeah.
Because it's work. We gotta get this shit done. Outside, I don't gotta. After that, I don't gotta say shit to you. If that's the only thing I say to you for the whole night, that's the only thing I ask you for help for. That's the only thing I'm gonna say to you. I'm not gonna say bye. I'm not gonna say hi. I'm not gonna go out of my way to not talk to you, but I don't need to talk to you. So it's like, you just gotta ignore people. If they talk to you, like, niggas be trying to say what's up to me, I just keep working.
Yeah.
I don't even have to acknowledge you.
I don't like
I'm
the
not
fact.
ignoring you, but
I'm gonna be real. I don't like the fact how she has everybody else talking to me. Like she does that, and it's just like that's her say she really.
Use that to your advantage.
No, I do, and I'm very nice with the girls, and then like they be like, now they say hi to me and stuff.
Yeah,
and
because
just
now
like,
they gonna be like, why are you trying to pit me against her? And what you do is just keep being you, because if you be like, even if they know you don't like her, if you even say it, that would give them more reason to go back on her side type shit.
Right.
So
but
like,
if they see it for themselves.
They see it for themselves. Exactly. That's why, like, the reason why I keep relating to work is there's a lot of fucked up and fucked up shit that happen at work. Especially the one where I work at now. So it's like, an example is remember when I told you when all that shit was going on at work?
Right.
With my ex and all that shit. I ain't say shit. I don't need to explain myself to nobody.
Facts.
People are gonna talk and say whatever they want. Now, over time, like leading up to now, those same individual people that kind of had a certain perception of what was going on, that perception changed because I hung out with them individually. And one, I'm telling the truth, so it's all the same story.
Right.
And two, they got to see me, not the shit that they heard from people. So when they hear the story from people who wasn't there, and then they hear the story from someone who was there that was directly involved,
Right.
they're like, oh, that makes more sense,
Yeah.
type thing. And it's like,
You
fam,
can see the lies.
yeah,
and
so
shit.
it's like,
you can compare the lies.
they're like, why don't you? No, there's no reason to.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to.
I shouldn't have to ask you, is there a problem? Like,
I don't give a fuck.
I
If
really-
there's a problem, you're gonna address it because it's your problem.
right.
It's not my problem. And I don't gotta explain myself to no one, because if you think I'm a liar, the fuck I'm gonna try to convince you that
I'm not.
I'm not.
The fuck I look
Because
like.
you're gonna do everything in your power to prove that I'm not a liar, then you're gonna be a liar.
You're right.
And then I've been telling the truth the whole time, so eventually you gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
And then once you fuck up, that's a domino effect of all the truth coming out.
Right.
So that's why I'm like telling certain people, yo, just don't worry. Like, you stressing over certain shit. I'm not saying everyone's human, so I'm not saying I don't stress.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't worry about it. It's just certain things I go about it different. You feel me?
But now looking back at it now, I wish I wouldn't never stayed that mad at even my situation. Like, but I was kind of like irritated, like kind of frustrated too, because I was late and it was a big crowd and it was a lot going on. It was just,
Man, my only regret with all that shit was just dating someone at work, honestly.
oh,
Because without all that shit would have never happened. Because everything was directly involved. Yo, why the fuck? Yo, this wind is strong, man. This wind is strong. You don't want me to get high. Oh, fuck. But yeah, life lessons.